Hey guys, I'm doing a little hack so that you guys can actually see me. I am doing a screen share right now because I actually want to walk you through a client, like my whole process, my seamless client, like lead and client experience. Sorry, I'm all jumbled around. I've never done this before, so I was hoping that it all worked out, but it looks like it is. So I hope you guys can hear me okay when you get on here. I don't know if anybody's even on here because now I can't tell. But okay, so I'm going to walk you through the process. So I'm going to start off with the lead process. So with the lead process, the lead experience process, I go through very specific things. There's a lot of stuff that I have to set up on the back end. So my lead experience, I'm going to take you through it first, and then I'm going to show it to you. I have the leads start off with a contact form or some type of a lead magnet form on your website. And then, and I'm going to show you one of those now. So you see mine here. This is a checklist that I give away for free. And as you can see, this is the leads entry point into my company. After they fill out this form, your next step is to give them some type of a thank you so that they know, or a confirmation so that they know that they're getting what they asked for. So I always have a thank you page on my website. You can see that here. This is just my thank you page. This is where they can get the checklist, as well as there's a little welcome video telling them what to expect, because that's a part of my lead experience. I like to create a connection. So definitely make sure that I do something personal, and this is my personal touch. I do a lot of videos. Um, the next thing that you want to have, if this was just a lead for a service, I'm going to show you kind of that. So this is my contact form area for my website. And keep in mind that when you do services, you should always have a way for them to book an appointment with you, to talk with you about whatever it is that you offer, and you should be collecting information from them. So mine is a form where they can first of all schedule when they want to talk to me. I have my dates available so they can book that. And then I have a form where I collect information so that I can prepare myself for that call. This is an important part of the lead experience. I'm going to put my face back in here. This is an important part of the lead experience, because you want to prepare in advance so that you can speak to whatever need that they have. It'll make your sales process a lot faster and easier, but also they'll feel like, oh wow, you prepared. It's kind of like when you're interviewing for a job. You wouldn't go to a job interview not having spoken with them or prepared and did research on the company. Like, you would have prepared for that. So I want you to keep that in mind. I'm going to make sure I'm not missing anything from you guys. Okay, cool, not missing anything. Okay, but I do see somebody's in here. Okay, so I'm going to go back to what I was showing you. Okay, let's see. It's, I hope you guys can still see stuff. Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay, so you see that I have this form and everything here. Let me put my face back in here. So this is my next process. So the next thing that you have after you've, let them fill out the contact form, they've gone to your thank you page or gotten a confirmation email from you, they scheduled their appointment, they should get a confirmation after scheduling that appointment that they have, in fact, an appointment with you. So that's the next step. The next thing that you want to do is, if they have, say, one of your things that the entry point was your freebie, then they should go through a workflow, a nurturing workflow. So I'm going to show you that. So if their entry point wasn't to get a service from you, it was to get a freebie that you offer, then there should be a sequence that's welcoming them, saying, hey, here was the thing that you asked for. Even though my thank you page gives it to them right away, there's also an email that goes out to them. Then I wait a day and I nurture that lead. I say, hey, how was that thing that I sent you yesterday? Did you like it? Did you use it? This is why I created it. And then I wait another day, and then I start introducing them to what I can do and offer them something else of value. Because when your point for your business to grow is to nurture these leads. Every time you nurture these leads, you get yourself one step closer to them becoming a paid client or paid customer. So you nurture them, you give them another piece of information. You start, in this point, start to introduce them to your company and what you have to offer. And the last one is where you sell something. You should always have an end goal of getting them as a client or a customer. So, four things a part of my lead experience is a contact form. They get a scheduler, they get a thank you email, they schedule their appointment, they get a confirmation. I also take a questionnaire. And the next thing is once you've gone through that whole process, you want to send them a proposal. You send them a proposal. I'll show you my proposals. So this is, I use Dubsado. Sorry, let me get out of all this stuff. I use Dubsado to manage my customer experience. You guys are getting all up in my business, but this is my the back end, and I have these forms that I standardly send to people. I have all these proposals that I send. So for example, here is my brand strategy proposal. I'm going to show you. This is a part of my lead experience. As a lead, when you're getting something beautifully laid out like this and it's making it very clear like what's going to happen, and you're getting a welcome from me, and you get to see how much it costs for something, and you're getting some FAQs, so you have all these expectations. This is going to more than likely make it easy for you to make that decision. Oh, I definitely want to buy from this person because they are really helping me out. They're really organized. I'm going to open up. I'm trying to make sure I can see you guys. Just so you guys know, I don't see you. So anyway, this is my process. So I send them a proposal, and that's one of the last steps in your lead process because right now they haven't paid me anything. If they don't respond to my proposal within 6 days, on the sixth day, they're going to get an email following up with them saying, "Hey, you have one last day to decide if you want to take this service. Here is the link to the proposal." 7 days is when my proposals expire. There's no reason to have things waiting out in limbo. Maybe you're going to change your price in the next month. You don't want people having your old pricing. So I definitely make sure that this expires. And part of me nurturing that lead is reminding them that, hey, there's a deadline for this. Are you going to make a decision? So they get all those things from me. And now let's talk about the client experience. So oh, one more thing. One last thing, one last nice touch for the lead experience is sometimes people don't know if they even want to be a lead of yours. If they want, they're not sure if they even want to contact you. So what I have on my website, I like showing you guys stuff. On my website, I have a place where they can get some information just on my like design process and client process to see if they even want to work with me. I'm trying to find it real quick. It's on one of these service pages. It's not this one, so it might be, I don't know where the page is, but anyway, there's a page on my website where they can get this thing. It's called introductory information, and this is a part of my experience. I give them a pamphlet that they can download to see, how it would be working with me. How would you be able to contact me? What services do I offer? How much do those services cost? This stuff is on my website, but they now have something tangible that they can download real quick to look at. These are my services that I offer. This is how much it costs to do all this stuff with me. That price is wrong. Uh, this is how it would. This is if you want to get started. These are the next steps. Um, are we compatible? These are the people that I work with. This is my process. Do you guys kind of see what I'm talking about here? Let me check back to make sure I'm not missing anything from any of you if you're in here live. Sorry, let's see. Hey, Amanda. I just want to make sure that I'm not missing anything. Okay, so you guys see that that's a part of my lead process. They get all this stuff about how payments would work, and if you're ready to book, this is how you can book with me. So that's just the lead experience. I know that's a lot of information, but this is how serious you need to be taking your lead experience, because this is what gets people to wanting to be your customers, especially if you're charging high ticket. People are going to expect a good experience from you, and you have to start thinking about that. So now the customer experience. So you should always have, once they accept your proposal, you should automatically have things like contract, which I'm about to pop up in here so you can kind of see where mine are. Again, I use Dubsado. I have contracts for everything that I offer. I have a design contract. I have a coaching agreement. I offer 90-minute intensives. I have an agreement for that. I offer 4-week coaching. I have an agreement for that. I have some old contracts in here as well. I already showed you, how I sent a proposal. So now all of those things from the proposal actually ends up transferring to an invoice. You want to invoice those people so that you get your deposit or you get your payment in full. The next step is an onboarding process. So in my onboarding process, and I'll kind of show you guys, let's see here, copy of onboarding emails. I send a host of onboarding emails through a workflow. By the way, a workflow just means it's an automation that you've already pre-set up. So I send my new clients an onboarding like workflow. So the first thing that they get is, hi, I'm excited to have you. These are the first steps that I need you to take. Now that you're my client, I'm excited to have you. You can see that that's my subject line. Do this client intake form and set up your coaching calls. The next thing is they're gonna it waits like a day or so, then they're gonna get something. Let's talk about how we communicate. This is like housekeeping stuff. Housekeeping, we communicate through Slack and Boxer. Connect with me on those two things. Then they're going to get, in a day or so, when this when the program is complete, I want to make sure that I end it well. Thank you so much for your business. Would you mind leaving me a review? So anyway, I send these emails out consistently no matter who I'm doing business with. I try to get feedback because that's how you continue to, first of all, you get your, this is how you get your social proof that you need. You also want to know if people actually liked working with you so that you can change things that need to be changed and continue or do more of the things that are working really well. So that's kind of like my whole back end of processes. And I do have a client onboarding document and I have a client resources page. These are things, little details that specifically I think about